Hello everyone, this is Ajay. Welcome back to Let Us Learn. This is your online classroom. Let us continue your journey with letter writing. As you know, writing letters is an integral part of communication. With the advent of emails and other ways of electronic communication, nowadays it has become less and less common to write letters. Still, letters have their own flair and flavor in communication. Letter writing is an art. In today's lesson, we are going to observe some different categories of official letters. Before that, as usually, take a few minutes to quickly revise what we have discussed so far on this topic, letter writing. Letter writing is a part of CCP third semester syllabus. As you know, there are two types of letters, formal and informal. So formal letters, which are also called as official letters, those are written to officials and business associates. So informal letters, we can call them as personal letters, those are written to friends, relatives, members of our family. So letters can be classified into two types, formal letters and informal letters. In the previous session, we focused on informal letters and also some different categories of formal letters. So coming to informal letters, with the advent of mobiles, chatting, WhatsApp, so writing letters become less common nowadays. Except a few, no one write personal letters. But coming to official letters or formal letters, we have to write formal letters at your workplace or for any other purposes. So how to write formal letters is an important task to us. We have to write different categories of official letters for different purposes. So whatever it may be, whether it is a personal letter or formal letter. So there are two types of formats are there. As you know, what are the formats of a letter? Yes, block format and intended format. Okay, indented format. Indented format, punctuation marks are used in to address from address at the end of salutation and at the end of complimentary clause, as we have discussed. Nowadays, no one is using this format. It was traditional format, but nowadays with advent of internet, email, so block format becomes trendy. So now everyone can use block format. It is currently in use and it is simple when compared to traditional format. This one is very simple, as we have observed by observing block format and indented format. In block format, everything starts from the left margin and punctuation marks are omitted except in body of the letter. Except in body of the letter, we need not use punctuation marks, whereas in indented format we have to use punctuation marks in to address, sender's address, salutation and complimentary clause. But coming to block format, we need not to use punctuation marks, and here every part of the letter must starts from left margin of the page. So it is very easy and convenient. So for every person formal letter or official letter, we can use block format. Just follow, write every formal letter in block format. So here is the difference between blocked and indented format, as we have seen. And in every official letter there are some parts of the letter, as you know, some parts of the letter. And also in official letters there are different categories, as we have also seen in the last session. Some kinds of categories: letters of inquiry, letters of complaint, letters of condolences, letters of request or invitation letters, congratulation letters, thanks letters, leave letters, and letters to the editor, and job application letter, also called as cover letter, acceptance, offer letters. These are all different kinds of different categories of official letters. So based on the purpose, this is changed. Sometimes you write inquiry letters, as we have seen in the previous session, how Raga wrote a letter to inquire about karate coaching center. So Raga was observed an advertisement in the Hindu newspaper. Then she wrote a letter to the director of karate coaching center, because she wants to know some details. She wants to inquire about the course fee, course timings, duration, and separate batches for boys and girls, like as we have discussed here. What is the purpose of writing letter to the director? What is Raga's purpose there? Yes, Raga wants to inquire, he wants to know details, because she want to join in the karate coaching classes. So she want to inquire about fee, timings, duration, etc. That's why she wrote a letter to the director. That is inquiry letter. She wants to inquire about the course. Then what happened? Again, the director of the coaching center wrote a letter. He gave a reply to Raga. So about the coaching classes, he give all the details about the coaching classes. That is also called as official letter. So we have observed the format. That is inquiry letter. Sometimes complaint letter. Sometimes you want to complain on something. Sometimes you have to complain to municipal authorities. Sometimes you have to complain to police. Like, so different cases. You have to write complaint letters. So official letters, these are part and parcel of our life. Whether as a students we have to write some official letters, like leave letter, that is also formal letter, okay, official letter. Or for example, you finished your CCP third semester, then you want to go for further studies, whether it may be BCom or any other degree. Then you have to write a letter to the principal for TCs, transfer certificate, memo, memorandum of marks, study conduct, or bona fide certificate. For this you have to write a letter to the principal. That is also official letter. So official letters are part and parcel of our life, being a student or at your workplace or in any other situations. You have to write official letters. For that we have to know the format of the official letters. There are different categories of official letters. Sometimes you have to inquire for some details. For example, you want to join any coaching center, okay, CA, you want to become a CA, chartered accountant. you want to join in the course, then you have to write the letter to the coaching center about the details of CA course. That is inquiry letter, complaint letter. Sometimes you have to complain, sometimes request letters, sometimes invitation letter. Okay, you are conducting a sports meet in your college, so you want to write a letter to the commissioner, that invitation letter, congratulations letter. You want to congrats some other person, so then congratulations letters, not friends or family members, some other officials, congratulations letter. Those are official letters. Thanks letters, sometimes leave letters, as in your college you want to take leave for 10 days for your sister's or brother's marriage, then you have to write a letter to your principal, that is leave letter. And sometimes you have to write letters to newspaper editors, as we have seen in the last session, how Radha wrote a letter to the editor of the Hindu, because she want to highlight the issue of skyrocketing prices of necessity items like food stuff, rice, wheat, meat, oil, everything. The prices of food necessities have gone rise. So she want to highlight the issue. Even though that year the food production was great in the state, but the prices of daily necessities were rose high. That's why Radha wrote a letter to the editor of the Hindu. That is a letter to editor, because she wants to highlight the issue in the newspaper. Then the newspaper may write some articles or editorial on the issue. Then the government may take decision or take necessity action to control the traders or merchants. Like here, Radha's intention was to highlight the issue of skyrocketing prices of daily necessities. That is one type of letter to the editor. You may also write a letter to the editor, like job application letters. That is nothing but cover letter. Job application letter. So cover letter. After completing your CCP, you want to join in a company as a junior assistant or senior assistant or any other job. Then you have to write a letter, that is cover letter, along with CV, curriculum vitae or resume. So we are going to learn how to write curriculum vitae and how to write cover letter in the next sessions. So in cover letter is also called as job application letter, that is also called as official letter, acceptance letter. So for example, you apply for a job in some company, so you send your resume along with cover letter. Then what happened, you get a call letter from them, so you are selected, they send call letter to you. Then you have to write a acceptance letter. Sometimes you are the manager of company, so you have to send offer letters to the candidates. Those are offer letters. So in different areas we have to write official letters in different areas in our life, being a student, being an employee, being at a workplace. In every aspect we have to write official letters. So that's why we have to know about the format of official letters, and we have discussed what are the important points in official letters. So let us again revise the format, outline of an official letter. Okay, this revision is also important. So just revise outline of an official letter. So while writing official letter, always keep in mind, so it must be polite. You have to use formal language official letters or formal letters, we have to use formal language, and it must be simple and up to the point. That is also important. We have to use formal language and simple and brief and up to the point. And we must also written in a standard format. Don't write the official letter like a informal letter. If you want to write a informal letter to your friends or family members or relatives, then you can use the informal language. I use speak to the person. Same language you can use in your informal letter. That your letter may be conversational mode. Informal letters. Okay, how you speak to the person whom you are addressing. So same language you can use in informal letter. But coming into formal letters or official letters, the language must be formal. Okay, right, and we can also follow the standard format. We have seen two formats are there, indented format and second one is block format. So nowadays we are using block format. You just go on block format. So next, observe one more time the outline of formal letters. So here observe the what are the main points, what are the main parts of a formal letter. So in all the parts may not be there in official letters based on the content, based on the context or content. So some points may not be there. For example, reference number is the first. Reference number may not be present in all the official letters, as we have discussed. This one among the organizations, that is reference number is there. Reference number, first one is reference number. Generally we may not use reference number. So already we have discussed reference number, enclose and copy to. Attention, these four areas are not used in all the official letters. In some official letters we use enclosures, some official letters we use CC, some official letters we use enclosed and CC, some official letters we used attention, some official letters we use reference number. We have discussed. So but these are the important points of an official letter. First, reference number, sometimes we use, sometimes we may not use. Next, sender's address is the most important one. Sender's address, sender who is writing the letter, that is sender's address. Next, date, on which date you are writing the letter, that is also important. Next one, inside address, to whom you are addressing the letter, that is inside address or true address, to whom you are addressing the letter. Next, salutation, those are also different types. Subject, this is the most important part of subject. You have to highlight what is the purpose of writing this letter, that is subject. Next, body of the part, body letter, that is body of the letter. So body of the letter must be brief, not like informal letters. In informal letters, body of the letter may be many paragraphs, but coming to formal letters it must be brief. Next, complimentary clause, that is part of official letter. And signature, here we have to write full name, signature, below the signature you have to write name and your designation. And sometimes you have to enclose some papers, then you have to enclose 1, 2, 3 based on the context of the letter. And it's copy to, sometimes you have to send the same letter to many other persons, then you have to write copy to, like. So here these are the various parts of formal letter. So sender's address, as we have discussed. So the address of the sender is placed on the top left corner of the page, that is sender's address. So the address is not punctuated in current practice because we are using block format. Next, sender's address is omitted when official letters are written to a company or letterheads. In that case, we need not to write sender's address. It is already printed in letterhead. That is one case. And date. So we can write date in different ways, different styles. Next, inside address. Inside address is nothing but to address. Okay, the address of the receiver, it is placed on the left below the line of date. Here we are following the block form, so everyone must come in left corner, left margin of the page. Okay, inside address, we have to write inside address below the date. This inside address is not punctuated, as you know, because we are using block format. Next, salutation. So here we can write different salutations. Okay, those must be formal. Dear sir, dear madam, like dear Radha, dear Krish. If you know the owners of the company or head of the institution, Radha is the head of the institution, then you can write dear Radha, no problem. Dear Krish, Krish is the head of the institution, then you can write dear Krish. In some cases you don't know the head of the institution, man or woman, you don't know, then in that case you can write dear sir oblique madam. Okay, you have to keep these points in mind. You can write dear sir. If you know the head of the institution or head of the company is a man, then you can write dear sir. Or if you know his name, dear Krish. Or if the head of the institution is a woman, then you can write dear madam. Or you know her name, then dear Radha. Next, if you don't know whether the head of the institution or company a man or woman, in that case you can write dear sir oblique dear madam, like this is one type. And subject, this part is feature of all kinds of official letters. You must write subject. It is a brief statement that subject of the letter. What is the purpose of the letter? Why you are writing the letter? So you have to write the purpose in the subject. You have to write subject. It is placed below salutation. Next, body of the letter, as you know. So body of the letter is also very important. Don't write many paragraphs like in informal letters. Okay, the contents of an official letter should be brief, clear, precise and complete. It must be brief, clear, precise, that means up to the point. What you want to say, you have to convey, and complete. While writing any official letter, whether it may be inquiry or complaint or letters to the editor, request letter, job application letters, so the body of the official letter must be brief, clear, precise. Okay, and also we have discussed language must be polite. Always use formal language and polite language. Next, complementary clause. You know, we can use different complementary clauses, especially generally we use yours faithfully and yours sincerely, yours truly. These are very common. Generally you can use yours sincerely or sometimes yours faithfully, but don't write yours respectfully, yours obedient, yours obedient servant. These are outdated phrases. Do not write these complementary clause. Yours respectfully, yours obedient servant, yours obediently. These are outdated. Okay, we focus on yours faithfully or yours sincerely or yours truly. Like next, signature. Here in official letters must have full signature. You are write full signature, and with the name below the signature you have write your full name and also designation. Next, enclosures. In some letters you have to enclose some papers. In that case you have to enclose what you are going to enclose in the letter. Enclose 1 2 3 like that. So sometimes reference number. In some letters you have to write reference numbers, some letters you have to write attention, some letters you have to write copy to. For example, if you want to send the same letter to many other persons, in that case you have to write copy to 1 2 3 4, same copy go to those persons. Okay, this is the outline of an official letter. In any official letters we have to follow these. Now let us observe one category of an official letter. The previous session we have observed 3 letters. Now another one is there. This is one category. Read the letter, observe the letter, and observe the language and format. Here who wrote the letter? Yes, Arjun. Arjun, plot number 11, street number 1, New Balaji Nagar, Mirpet. 7th August. The Commissioner, Municipal Corporation, Mirpet. Inside address, there is 2 address. Arjun is the sender, so he wrote a letter to Municipal Corporation Commissioner, Mirpet. Sir, subject, bad condition of road. I am resident of New Balaji Nagar, Mirpet. I would like to bring your kind notice the miserable condition of the roads. The part of street number 1 from Hanuman Temple to Primary Health Center is in deplorable condition. It is one of the busiest roads in the area. The part I mentioned is full of potholes and the condition will lead to many accidents. So far as I remember, no repairing work has been carried out in the last 5 years. During rainy season, on the road gets submerged and it become very difficult to notice those potholes. So I would like to draw the attention of the authorities to the problems and request them to take necessary action so that the road may be put through repair with any further delay. With regards, yours sincerely, Arjun. Observe the letter. So this letter comes under which category? Yes, complaint letter. Want to complain on one thing. What is that? Bad condition of the road. See, here observe the letter. First, sender address. Who is the sender here? Yes, Arjun is the sender. Arjun, plot number 11, street number 1, New Balaji Nagar, Mirpet. This is comes under sender's address. In every official letters you have to write sender's address. Okay. Next one. What is the next part? Date. 7th August. He wrote the letter on 7th August 2020. That is date. Here date may be write in different ways. 7th August 2020 or August 7th 2020 or in different ways, as you know. Next, the Commissioner, Municipal Corporation, Mirpet. Observe. This is the inside address or to address. Arjun wrote a letter to the Commissioner of Municipal Corporation, Mirpet. This is inside address. Sender's address, date, inside address. Next one, sir. That is a salutation, sir. So Arjun may know the commissioner is a man. So that's why he mentioned sir. Subject. So you know, in every official letter, subject is most important. Subject is nothing but a brief statement. What is the purpose of writing the letter? Here, what is the purpose of Arjun for writing this letter? Yes, Arjun want to highlight the bad condition of road. Subject is bad condition of road. Next, that is body of the letter. So observe, body of the letter is very brief. and he highlighted the point. What is the point? Bad condition of the road. So I am resident of New Balaji Nagar, Mirpet. I would like to bring to your kind notice the miserable condition of the road. So Arjun want to highlight the condition of the road. The part of street number 1 from Hanuman temple to primary health care center is in deplorable condition. It is in very bad condition. It is one of the busiest roads in the area. The part I mentioned is full of potholes and that condition that led to many accidents. Because of the condition of the road, it led many accidents. Many accidents were happened. It didn't go into details. So far, I remember no repairing work has been carried out for the past 5 years. For the past 5 years, no repairing works have not been carried out for the road. He mentioned it clearly. During the rainy season, the road gets submerged and become very difficult to notice those potholes. So he mentioned he highlighted the situation of the road during rainy season. So I would like to draw the attention of the authorities to the problem and request them to take necessary action so that the road may put through repair without any further delay. So August rainy season is now. Arjun wants to highlight the problem and also he wants to get repaired the road by the municipal authorities. That's why he wrote a letter to the Mirpet Municipal Commissioner. With regards, yours sincerely. That is complimentary clause. Arjun, that is sign followed by his name, Arjun, full name. So observe the format of the official letter. This is a complaint. You want to highlight the bad condition of the road. This is one type of official letter. Let us do another sample. Here, another official letter is there. Read the letter and observe the format, the language used by the sender. By observing many letters, many official letters, we can learn how to write letters. Because always keep in mind, official letter or formal letter writing is common. You have to write many formal letters in your life. Being a student, being an employee, being a resident of some person, being a customer, we have to write many official letters. So we have to observe many official letters. So there are different categories of letters. Letters may be enquiry letters, complaint letters, condolences letters, sometimes request letters, sometimes invitation letters, congratulations letters, thanks letters, leave letters, a letter to the editor, job application letters, like different categories of official letters are there. So by observing all kinds of letters, we can learn how to write official letters. Whether it is a complaint, it is an invitation, it is a job application, it is a request, like. So that's why we have been observing the different categories of letters. So now observe another one, sample 2. Read the letter. Observe who wrote the letter, whom he addressed, what is the purpose of the writing the letter, how you use the language. All this we can observe in the letter. Yeah. Read the letter. Kalyan, 16 Vrindavan Colony, Nalgonda. August 7th, 2020. HR Manager, More Supermarket, Ramgiri, Nalgonda. Dear Madam, subject, leave for a week. I am writing to you to inform you that I may not be able to attend office for a week from 10th August to 17th August, as I am down with flu. I have been advised by the doctor to take absolute rest for recovery. I regret the inconvenience caused to the firm because of my illness. I am willing to put extra efforts to clear the pending work, if any, once I am back from my leave. Thanks and regards. Yours sincerely, Kalyan. Here observe. Who wrote the letter? Yes, Kalyan wrote the letter. Kalyan, Vrindavan Colony, Nalgonda. This is sender's address. When did he write the letter? On 7th August. August 7th, 2020. To whom he addressed the letter? HR Manager, Mo Supermarket, Ramgiri, Nalgonda. This is inside address. So Kalyan addressed the letter to HR Manager of Mo Supermarket, which is located in Ramgiri, in Nalgonda town. Okay, observe sender's address, date, and inside address. Next, dear madam. So why did Kalyan use the salutation, dear madam? Yes, because the head of the company, head of the store, More Supermarket is a woman. That's why he writes like this, dear madam. That is salutation, dear madam. Say madam. Okay, the head of the company is a woman. That's why, dear madam. What is the subject? What is the purpose of the writing letter? Yes, leave letter. It is a leave letter. That means Kalyan is an employee in More Supermarket. Is the staff. Is an employee More Supermarket. So he wants leave, 1 week leave. That's why he wrote a letter. Now observe the body of the letter. How brief and how clear it is. I am writing to you to inform you that I may not be able to attend office for a week from 10 August to 17th August. So Kalyan is not able to attend More Supermarket from 10th August to 17th August. Then he mentions the reason. What is the reason? As I am down with flu. He is suffering from fever, flu, seasonal flu. So that's why he is not able to attend the office for week. And here also he mentioned, I have been advised by the doctor to take absolute rest for recovery. Okay, if you want to recover from the flu, he has to take 1 week rest. It was advised by the doctor. How Kalyan mentioned it in the body of the letter. I regret the inconvenience caused to the firm. Firm means here the company, supermarket. I regret the inconvenience caused to the firm because of my illness. I am willing to put in extra efforts to clear the pending work, if any, once I am back to my leave. Here, how Kalyan write the body of the letter. It is simple, it is clear, and it is up to the point. Effective. It is brief, not in number of paragraphs. Very brief. It is a very brief. He asked for 1 week leave, so he wrote a letter to the HR manager of the More Supermarket. So in the body of the letter, he used formal language and polite. Letter is polite, and he mentioned clear. Letter is very clear, brief. Thanks and regards. Yours sincerely. That is a complimentary close. Kalyan signature, below the signature is name, full name is in brackets, Kalyan. So this is the format of an official letter. So what is the purpose of the letter? Kalyan wants to take rest for 1 week because he is suffering from viral fever, that flu. That's why he wrote a letter to HR manager, his head. That is the purpose of the letter. So it comes which category? There are many categories of letters are there, as we have seen. Yes, this is comes under leave. It is a leave letter, right? Let us see one more sample. Same, read the sample and observe the way of presenting the letter. Is format, as you know, format is common. Nowadays we are using only one format, that is block format. It is favorable, it is very simple. Observe the letter, read the letter and its language. Bhumika, 401 Sai Southern Apartments, Reddy Colony, Miryalguda, 7th August 2020. The Inspector of Police, Miryalguda Railway Station, Miryalguda. Dear Sir, subject, request to trace missing laptop. Request to trace missing laptop. On the night of 6th August 2020, I was traveling from Secunderabad to Miryalguda by the Narayanadri Express with a lot of luggage in coach S4, seat 16. The train departed at 6 p.m. from Secunderabad station. There was a huge crowd of passengers. I reached Miryalguda station by 8:30 p.m. To my shock, I found my laptop missing when I checked my luggage. It might have been taken by fellow travelers in the train, as I am certain I didn't misplace it. I therefore request you to please take necessary action to trace it. Please treat this as a formal complaint. I hope you will be good enough to make inquiries into the missing laptop. Thank you very much for your help. Yours sincerely, Bhumika. So observe the letter. Who wrote the letter? Yes, Bhumika. Bhumika, 401 Sai Southern Apartments, Reddy Colony, Miryalguda. This is sender's address. 7th August 2020. She wrote a letter on 2nd August. To whom he addressed? Yes, to the Inspector of Police, Miryalguda Railway Station, Miryalguda. That is two address or inside address. Dear Sir, salutation. So the inspector is a man. So that's why Bhumika addressed as Dear Sir. Subject. Any formal letter, subject is most important. Subject is a statement. What is the purpose of writing this letter? Here, what is the purpose? Request to trace missing laptop. Yes, what is the subject? Request to trace missing laptop. Okay, she missed her laptop. That's why she requests the police inspector to trace the laptop. It is also request and complaint because she lost her laptop. So she write a letter, request letter. Also consider as complaint letter, like request. So next, observe the body of the letter. How she mentioned, how it was brief, how it was clear. Observe the way of presenting the details in body of the letter. On the night of 6th August 2020, what happened on the night of 6th August 2020? How she mentions here, observe. She wrote a letter on 7th August and she begins the body of the letter with on the night of 6th August 2020. I was traveling from Secunderabad to Miryalguda by the Narayanadri Express. Okay. Bhumika is traveling from Secunderabad to Miryalguda by Narayanadri Express with a lot of luggage in coach number S4, seat number 16. She mentioned her coach and seat number. Sleeper coach 4, seat number 16. Bhumika mentioned clearly. The train departed at 6 p.m. from Secunderabad station. There was a huge crowd of passengers in the train. I reached Miryalguda station by 8:30 p.m. How she mentioned. She mentioned Bhumika. Okay. It was a huge crowd in the railway train. She is traveling from Secunderabad to Miryalguda by Narayanadri Express. The train departed at 6 p.m. and reached Miryalguda at 8:30 a.m. Then what happened next? To my shock, I found my laptop missing when I checked my luggage. What happened? She missed her laptop. It might have been taken by the fellow travelers in the train, as I am certain I didn't misplace it. Okay, because she forget the laptop in the coach S4, seat number 16. Because huge crowd, she forget the laptop in her seat. S4 train, seat number 16. She missed because she has lot of luggage. About taking care of all the luggage, she missed her laptop in her seat. She realized when she reached Miryalguda railway station. I therefore request you to please take necessary action to trace it. So then she wrote a letter to the Inspector of Police as a request letter. I therefore request you to please take necessary action to trace it. Please treat this as a formal complaint. This is also complaint letter. Please take it as a complaint letter or formal complaint. Please trace the letter. That's why she mentioned all the necessary details. She was in S4 coach and seat number 16. So in the coach, beside her, so other passengers may be there. So that's why she mentioned the name. Then only the police can easily solve the case. I hope you will be good enough to make inquiries into the missing laptop. So she complained to the police. Then the police may inquire who was sitting in the S4 coach before or beside Bhumika, 14, 13, 17, 18. These are seat numbers, and those details were at the railway department. So they inquired the other passengers. Then they traced the laptop. That's why Bhumika wrote a letter. It is considered as request letter and also complaint letter, because she forget her laptop in the train. So observe the body of the letter. This is most important. How brief it is, how up to the point. She mentioned all the necessary details in the letter, in the body of the letter. She mentioned her coach number, seat number. Those are important to inquire about the missing of laptop. Next, thank you very much for your help. So body of the letter is very brief. Thank you very much for your help. Yours sincerely. Complimentary close. Bhumika, a sign, and below her sign, her name, full name, Bhumika, brackets. This is the format of official letter. So we have seen leave letter and one complaint and request letter, and also one, what is the first one? Yes, complaint. That is also complaint letter. Okay. Here we have observed three categories of letters. First one complaint letter about the situation of condition of the bad roads. Second one is leave letter. Next, this one is request come complaint letter. So how the format is used in these letters? In all these letters, block format is used. Okay, how the language is used? The language is simple, punctual, formal, and polite language. In all three letters, formal and polite language is used. So by observing this various categories of formal letters, we can learn how to write formal letters. In our life, we have to write many formal letters. This is about letter writing. So in this letter, we have observed how to write a formal letter, what are the main points of or main parts of a formal letter, and also we have observed different categories of formal letters. So while writing any official letters, follow the format. Always use block format. This is current practice. This is easy to write, block format. And also while writing the letter, official letter or formal letter, the language must be formal and polite. You have to write body of the letter brief and up to the point. So always keep these points in your mind. I hope you enjoy this class, how to write formal letters. In the next class, we are going to learn about some other topic. We begin with new topic. Thanks for watching this video. Signing off.